Welcome to the Media Speaks Live, which is a country show now, I decided. I'm Kyle Phillips. If you haven't watched the show before, it's a libertarian show, entertainment, news, politics. We talk about things in the headlines and some fun stuff, too. I'm joined today by D-Lake for PREZ. How you doing?
Hey, Kyle. I'm doing rootin' tootin' good, baby. Yeehaw!
What a great song.
Woo!
So,
yeah, baby. I feel like driving a car really fast and doing jumps and stuff, like out in the woods.
I feel like roasting a squirrel over an open fire. All right, that's enough.
Yeah, we'll do that after.
So, how you doing today, David Lake?
Great, Kyle Phillips. Yeah, man. Here we are again, once again on a Saturday, kind of at the campfire, like that music, drinking our moonshine and whatnot. Starting a little bit early today on the Saturday show. It's 10:30 here in San Diego.
We normally start a half an hour after this, but today we were just kind of like, me and D-Lake aren't doing anything. I was sitting around looking at memes and reading the Drudge Report and just nothing to really do. What were you doing?
Yeah, same thing, kind of like checking out today's top headlines, the news, going through some stuff that I was checking out earlier this week to be ready for the show, of course. But also I was watching a bunch of videos of comedians handling their hecklers.
Have you seen the Bill Hicks one? That's got to be the best.
Yeah, he was running around. I
can say whatever I want because I'm a fucking cunt.
I have a cunt. No, I'm drunk and look at me. Yeah, that was.
I'm a drunk cunt. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, that's the.
Well, he was all like on his chair, and I watched some Richard Pryor, some other people. I was just watching. What was the last one I was watching? Amy Schumer shuts down another heckler. That was pretty funny. Of course, I was preparing for the show. John McCain, young people outraged at NSA have forgotten 9/11, because go back and watch him after 9/11 and the 2012 presidential debates when him, Giuliani, all the Republicans were saying 9/11, 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. There's like a whole remix of it.
He's back on it. He's like, your generation, D-Lake,
They can never forget because that's their pretense for all their neocon martial law agenda.
Yeah, so they keep going back to it, but he's like, you guys have forgotten, and here.
Yeah, don't forget, never forget. Do you have it? You have it queued up?
Let me find it. Keep talking about it. I'm going to find this video. It's hard to even watch.
I have it open. I can send you the link.
Here, I think I actually already have the link.
Yeah, I sent you the link earlier. Hey, all right, Kyle, get that set up. I mean, this week, I was really outraged by this article, 2016 Bush-Clinton matchup gagged me. Gag me with a spoon to think about these individuals coming back for another run. But it has to deal with these old fuckers in politics. It's something that we're going to talk about this morning. Kyle, do you have the clip ready?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
So John McCain, another old effer in the... Here he goes.
Stupid ad. Here, let me mute it down.
Try to get past that ad real quick. We're starting early again, ladies and gentlemen. 2016 Bush-Clinton matchup. Gag me with a spoon. Americans will be paying off debts of these two dynasties for a long time, and it's far from clear that the next generation under either Jeb or Hillary would do better. And John McCain's a big part of that old-school neocon mentality that we're all sick and tired of, and we need to get rid of these old fuckers and bring in Clay Aiken and the new generation. Kyle, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Here's a clip.
Yeah, we can have a short conversation. Unacceptable, racist. I'm glad what they did, and I read.
You're talking about the Donald Sterling.
One of the really great guys I've ever known, Kevin Johnson, was one of the people who was integral in that. Unacceptable. I'm glad they did it. End of story.
But what about taping somebody in his own home?
Well,
using that.
It's the world we live in. It's the world we live in. You don't like it, but everything I say, I expect to be recorded. And that's just the way we live, Dan. I mean, it's something you got to accept. I don't particularly like it, but it is what it is. People in a poll believe that their telephone conversations are being listened to.
Are they?
No. Uses of this system, and young people particularly are not
So wait, you believe John McCain that you say, what, 15 seconds ago in this video, I assume that all of my phone conversations are being recorded, but
He
then
assumes that.
but he assumes that, but then he says 55% of Americans assume that, which you would be a part of that 55%, John McCain. Well, are they? No, no. Well, then why do you assume yours are? If anybody should know, it's you, right? And yours, you assume
And,
yours are, but...
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's making an ass out of you and me. And has anyone ever told John McCain that assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups?
I mean, I can't
So
believe...
play the rest of the clip, Kyle.
Here, let me pull it up really. Let me jump it back on my screen. It's just I'll admit that I voted for this guy when he ran against Obama the first time, and I'm ashamed of it. Here we go.
It happened. I've forgotten a little bit about 9/11 and how if we'd intercepted the right communications, we might have prevented 9/11. But it is what it
there was
is.
no communications, I guess, right? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, if we would have been hacking
You put this
everybody's
person in
phones.
prison who recorded this conversation.
No, I don't think that I would put the person in prison.
Vanessa, should she be in jail?
An invasion of privacy, but it's still, look, we're all grown people and
We are? Even our kids?
live in the 21st century. And
Mm-hmm.
I've said things in the past that I wish I hadn't said, and
Like I work with terrorists and I love these Al Qaeda guys. Some of those things.
Well, Dan Carlin, who I've talked about before, he does Dan Carlin's Hardcore History and Common Sense with Dan Carlin, two really good podcasts. And he had a really, I'm paraphrasing him, but he said on his last podcast that if you were to go to the American people and you were to say, we want to put something on your phone that is a bug, we want to be able to track and bug your phone at any time, what would the American people say? Fuck no, right? Like, no, you have no right to bug my phone. But you go to the American people and you say, we want to put something in your phone that makes it possible for us to catch someone if they kidnap your child. Now all of a sudden everybody's on board, right? It's the exact same thing.
Like RFID chips, like the best way to get those in is like employees must have them, the cops must have them. Of course, children must have them because dogs have them. And
well, yeah, and that's the idea is if you say we want to put a GPS chip in all your children, people are like, whoa, hold the fuck up. But if you say we want to make it so it's very, very difficult to kidnap or harm your child, then all of a sudden people are down for it. It sounds like a good idea, and that's how they play, and that's what he's doing there. That's why he goes back to, oh, well, you know, if we'd been doing this already, 9/11 wouldn't have happened. It's like, and Dan Carlin's way of putting it is, when you have rights, criminals have rights too. That's how it works. You have to give criminals rights for yourself to have rights. Otherwise, everybody's treated like a criminal. And I'd rather have criminals having rights and being protected by the same things as me, as opposed to me being treated like a criminal because of them. Right?
Well, this week, two teens, 14-year-old and a 16-year-old BFFs, or a 16 and 17-year-old, whatever. They were robbing a home, and the homeowner shot the teens dead. And of course, the family's like, "Oh, they died too young. That shouldn't have happened. We're really upset." It's like, well, I'm sorry, my friend, but your friends or your children were the two buddies. The friends were in the home, robbing the home, taking what they wanted, breaking and entering, stealing shit.
Yeah.
And they got shot dead by the homeowner, and so another one bites the dust, to quote E.T. Williams, who's did a great job on the report that I watched. I'm summing it up a lot here, Kyle, but
no, yeah, I saw the report, and the parents, oh, they were too young, they didn't deserve to die. Maybe you should have done your job as fucking parents then, and
they were robbing somebody's fucking home. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And that it wasn't the first time they did it, and they weren't garage.
They had one of the kids' fingerprints previously as having been breaking and entering.
Yeah.
And when he was found dead, they said, "Oh, the same fingerprints? He's been here before. This guy's a repeat offender at 16."
It's like those parents, I'm sorry, but it's like, and I, you know what, I agree. Anybody is too young to die, and a loss of life is unfortunate, but that loss of life wouldn't have happened if you would have done your fucking job as parents and made sure that you weren't breeding criminals into the world. There's
Oh
more
my
to
God.
being a parent than just crying after they die, you know? It's your job to make sure that your kids aren't criminals.
Correct. Kyle, can we lighten the mood a little bit here? Check out this drink that I was showing you earlier, at the Tipsy Bartender, the Caesar. It's a margarita with like a whole chicken, a chicken slider, a cheeseburger, onion rings, some hot wings, a brownie, a pickle. Uh,
Could you,
what do you
if
think about
if
this?
you went in like let's say you didn't eat all day, you wake up in the morning, you drink water the entire day, it's 7 p.m., you've worked, you went to the gym, you exercised, you played a game of golf, you walk into the bar, could you eat?
Well, after all that, yeah, Kyle. I mean, I was just planning on waking up and just going and getting this first thing in the morning for breakfast.
How much is that? It's $60, you said?
Yeah, I'm not on the same place that I was before. This is just the solo picture, but yeah, I think it was $60. It's in Canada at the Tipsy Bartender. I mean, anyone interested? I suppose if you're in Canada, go check that out.
Which, I mean, that doesn't look like that much, but that's an
Mhm.
entire chicken at the bottom. A small chicken, granted, but
I mean, enough to fit on the rim of a margarita glass. I mean, we need a coin or a penny here so we can get a full size scale.
yeah, exactly. I need a ruler next to it or a yardstick.
Yeah. Hey, so last weekend we were talking about Donald Sterling, the NBA owner, and his clandestinely recorded audio with his girlfriend. This is not his girlfriend, this blonde right here on my screen share. Can you see that, Kyle?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, okay, the blonde is his wife. And she seems to think that she's going to hold on to her 50% of the team ownership, but the fact of the matter is that this team ownership, Donald Sterling and his wife, is kind of like when you rent an apartment. It's you know, both people on the lease are in a joint contract, and lawyers are on this video saying you can't split it up 50-50, like you're both tied to the same one signature.
Yeah, if your roommate doesn't pay his rent for 6 months, you both get kicked out.
Yeah. But in another recording, obtained secretly recorded again, so Donald Sterling in the past 2 weeks has been secretly recorded 2 times. John McCain seems to think there's no problem with that and it should be expected.
Is this guy part of that 55% of people who thinks
Yeah. Yeah. And
No,
Sterling...
maybe not. That's the problem. He's part of the 45% who doesn't.
Yeah, Sterling's one of those idiots that apparently doesn't realize that in today's because he's an old school guy, he doesn't realize that in today's day and age, everything you say is being clandestinely recorded. He said, quote, "You think I have anything in the world but love for everybody? You don't think that? You know I'm not racist," he says. He added, "How could you think I'm a racist, knowing me all these years? How could you be in this business and be a racist? Do you think I tell the coach to get white players in the game of basketball? Get white players? Are you kidding me?" Well, I'm sort of embellishing. Or do you get the best players that he can get when he's talking to the guys? Sterling was also quoted as saying he doesn't believe the NBA can force him to sell something he owns. And we talked about that last week, and my buddy Big Castle added, and my friend said, "Hey, we listened to your show last week. It was great. It was funny when you accidentally called Donald Sterling Donald Sutherland, Kyle." And they said Kyle did a good job reporting, and they liked all your points too, Kyle. Do you want to add to this story, continuing from last week?
Just really quickly, I'm glad that you mentioned that about the Donald Sutherland thing. This is something that really creeped me out. That same day, I was driving in my car, and I was listening to 890 AM, and one of the radio hosts, like, literally verbatim the exact same thing as you. They went, Donald Sutherland, Donald Sterling. I was like, holy crap.
Wait, they had the same exact faux pas Freudian slip? I mean,
Yeah.
It wasn't just me?
Yeah, 890 AM must be, the Blaze in our InfoWars, know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, I think they're like, oh man, that was really funny when D-Lake said that. We should try to recreate that for our show.
And that same show, I'm not even kidding, that same show started using the "What difference does it make" sound clip. Bizarre.
All right. My jock strap is feeling real heavy with all these people weighing it down, being on my jock, Kyle. And I feel the same way about Hillary Clinton. She's always on somebody's jock. And to get back to this 2016 Bush-Clinton matchup, gag me with a spoon. For those benighted fools calling for a 2016 presidential race between Hillary Clinton and Jeb Bush, it's worth underscoring how uninspiring and backward-looking any new showdown would be. The short version, about as memorable and entertaining as Grudge Match, which I actually recently watched last weekend. The recent Sylvester Stallone, Robert De Niro comedy about over-the-hill boxers getting together for one last fight that you skipped when it was in theaters and now assiduously avoid on cable.
I actually want to see that movie. Joey Diaz is in it.
Hey, I watched it, Kyle.
Was it good? It looked good.
It actually turned out to be a lot better than I thought, but it was a little weird at the beginning because they had all this like retro CGI where they make it look like it's the 80s and it looks like, you know, Rocky and like bullfighting back in the 80s, and they had all these photographs and like a couple clips where you're like, dude, that must have been a behind the scenes Rocky clip that we never saw integrated into this movie. To make the guys look like they did back then, but now they're all old. But it ties in really well to modern day stuff with video games, and the Kevin Hart character is kind of like Don King's son, or like his dad was like a Don King type fight promoter type character. And then it turns out that Kim Basinger was like the girlfriend of Stallone, but she got knocked up by De Niro, and then De Niro finds out he has a son, and like the love interest is down for Stallone, but the kid is down for the child spawn is down for De Niro, and then the grandson, and it turns into a whole family thing. And it actually was a really good movie. I mean, this is a little bit early for the entertainment section, but it's not as bad as this Time Magazine article makes it sound. But what they're trying to say is that a Clinton-Bush 2016 race with these two old fuckers is like just not good for America.
I hope that it happens, just because that will spark a fucking revolution. Because people on both sides, Democrats would be like, really?
There has to be a third-party revolution, right?
Well, there would have to be, because Democrats would be like, are you fucking kidding me? Another Bush? And then Republicans would same thing, like, are you fucking kidding me? Another Clinton? And everybody would vote for the Green Party and the Libertarian Party, and we'd get some new faces up there. I think it's a good idea.
All right, Kyle. Well, in this part of the article right here, let me go back to my screen real super quick. I highlighted this paragraph. In an interesting new profile, Politico magazine, and I read the article, What is Hillary Clinton Afraid of? The authors talk a lot about the former Secretary of State's well-known disdain for the press and strongly suggest that it's Clinton's fear of having to revisit Whitewater, Vince Foster, Webb Hubbell, Travelgate, Troopergate, Paula Jones, Juanita Broaddrick, Jennifer Flowers, our great national conversation about Peyronie's disease, which is a curvature of the penis, and 1,000 other barely remembered scandals, slights, and humiliations that they blame on the Drudge Report that is keeping her from running for president. Well, just out of curiosity, I started running searches for Whitewater, Vince Foster, Webb Hubbell, who a lot of people seem to think is Chelsea Clinton's real father, Travelgate, which erupted from Whitewater, Troopergate, like letting a bunch of their people off the hook, Vince Foster, who was probably killed in the White House, his body moved to make it look like a suicide. They raided his office, cleared out all the evidence that pertained to Whitewater, Paula Jones, of course, Juanita Broaddrick, raped by Bill Clinton, Jennifer Flowers also sexually assaulted, you know, Webb Hubbell, their open relationship, kill Vince Foster, go to Men's Health about Peyronie's disease, and Monica Lewinsky came out this week, and this crazy lady Tina Brown writes her article about how Monica Lewinsky changed the media and blames everything on the Drudge Report, and she has a real hard time with Drudge, who, like I've said before, is really just an aggregator of the news. He just posts other people's links, so make your news and reporting good. You might get on there. In this article, the GOP, ontimemagazine.com, the GOP's Monica Lewinsky boondoggle, I highlighted this following part. Kyle, I just want to read this and then get your thoughts. Perhaps one of the best things that could come out of Lewinsky sharing her story now, this just broke this week, ladies and gentlemen, is not only to get the inevitable revisiting of salacious details out of the way before the 2016 elections, but to also give Hillary a chance to repent for the tone she and her surrogates took in skewering Lewinsky, calling her a narcissistic Looney Tune, just fucking up her life and everyone that Bill Clinton went and ran around with. Hillary Clinton and her team and the Rose Law Firm, they took special pride and enjoyment out of fucking up those women's lives after Bill Clinton had his way with them. I'm not sure that will happen, says this stupid author, Sally, whatever, but it would be nice. And it would be a fine thing for feminists who arguably let the Clintons off the hook back then to push for now. And this article is ridiculous. I tried to leave a comment on Time Magazine. Sally Cohn, you're just a terrible. You're just terrible.
Like
wait. Let me just give you one last thing about Sally Cohn. What did she say about Benghazi? It was so crazy. Go ahead, Kyle. I'm sorry.
Like, what difference does it make?
No, she basically said that. What difference does it make? Blame it all on Drudge Report for trying to get to the bottom of it. Republicans still haven't turned up anything more than slander in an attempt to pin culpability on Hillary. Here we go. For what was a plainly tragic mistake, not a scandal. What happened in Benghazi was plainly a tragic mistake, according to Sally Cohn. Sally Coon.
Well, even if it was a tragic mistake, the story has been more in the cover-up of however that mistake...
Yeah, it's a cover-up of a cover-up.
Yeah, exactly. So even if that's true, even if it was a tragic mistake, well, they fucking lied about it. That's the big deal. That's why everybody made a big deal out of Bill Clinton. It wasn't necessarily the blowjob. It was that he lied in front of Congress about it. It's the cover-up makes the initial action that much worse.
And the Ken Starr and the investigations back then... like, it started out like trying to get to the bottom of Whitewater, a land deal scandal involving the Clintons and their business partners who they probably orgied with and all kinds of other crazy stuff. And Bill Clinton just like, dude, you just go to the top link on something like that, and it's like on like Juanita Broderick or one of these other things, and it's like, Hillary was like, screw you, Bill, I'm going to go have sex with Webb Hubble. He's having sex or trying to, like, molest all these like, any female that ever walked into his office, he's like, suck my dick. Let me massage your boobies. Like, that guy is nuts. But we're just going to let him be the new first lady? Give me a break.
Webb Hubble sounds kind of like Mitch Hedberg when you were imitating him.
Yeah.
Touch your boobies.
Don't touch those boobies. Hey, Kyle, go for a second, and then I'm going to show you something.
Well, I mean, with all this going on, honestly, I don't think Jeb Bush is going to run. I don't think that he has a chance. I think the second the GOP...
Well, address this, Kyle. I'm sorry, Kyle. Can you address this? Do you think Hillary Clinton is trying to get all these scandals and all this stuff out of the way now?
Definitely. She's trying to get it out of the way so that if they bring it up during the election process, she can be like, we've already gone over that. What difference does it make? MoveOn.org.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Kyle, and even on Benghazi this week, she was saying the same thing, like, oh, I think I'm satisfied with the conclusion of things. Like, it's over. Like, if evidence in a scandal doesn't come out and the scandal goes longer than 6 months, they feel like they've got away with everything and it's over. And they're just like, the scandal is over. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Yeah, MoveOn.org. That's why they started MoveOn.org, is like move on past the Clinton scandal and let's forget about it. That's kind of like what.
Yeah. We managed to survive for the past 6 months with all our lies and BS. So now it's over.
Yes.
And even Jay Carney says, "Oh, Benghazi? Oh, that happened a long time ago." He was saying that like 6 months after.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, but let's all, point out how horrible of a President Bush was. That seems to be their thing. If you attack,
Oh yeah, you want to know who you? No,
I didn't like him
no,
either.
no, you want to know exactly who does that? Jon Stewart on his Daily Show. He did a 10-minute thing. Because Republicans want to get to the bottom of, and Fox News especially, representing like the conservative Republicans, want to get to the bottom of Benghazi, and they're like, where's the outrage on this? And then so he does a 10-minute thing about all the lies that Bush told, and then says, why wasn't Fox News outraged and angry back then?
Well, and you know what?
But basically plays a bunch of Bush lies to try to convince people that it's okay for Obama to lie. Kyle?
And Bush was a shitty president, which I think everybody on the media.
Yeah. Hey, Bush was a shitty president, so if Obama's shitty, it's just.
But when Bush was being a horrible president, was there anybody out there saying, hey, well, Clinton was bad too? No. Everybody had their shit on Bush, but now nobody was out there going, well, before I say that I don't like Bush, let me say that Clinton wasn't a good president either. No, it was fuck Bush. And now you can't say fuck Obama, he's a bad president. You have to go, well, let me start by saying that I didn't like Bush either. No, fuck that. Bush was what? 7 years ago? Like, no. It's on you now. You've been the president. You're in your second term. You're a bad president, and I'm not going to preamble that with anything about Bush.
Kyle, one of my best defenses is Bush's fault, and I'll blame Bush. And one of the Clintons' greatest shames is that Chelsea Clinton is actually the biological daughter of Webb Hubbell. We don't like to talk about it at the White House, but it's true. And look at some of this plastic before and after surgery. We got to get rid of the big lower lip, the soft jaw, make it look pointed. Nose more pointed and not so bulbous. And shrink that lower lip and make yourself look more like Bill Clinton. Okay?
Yeah, what happened? Because she was, like, horrendous looking. And like,
now she looks okay. And Hillary said immediately, when she found out Larry Nichols, who Kyle doesn't like at all, a longtime close aide of Bill, swears that Hillary and Webb had an affair. Larry says Hillary interrupted a meeting of Bill and his advisors in 1978. Me and Michelle would not stand for that. Hillary said, Bill, what are you doing? And Bill replied, hell, I'm going to run for governor. And Hillary immediately replied, I got to get into Rose, which was the law firm, so I'm going to go fuck Hubble, Webb Hubbell. Next thing you know, I have a daughter that looks like Hubble. Until she had the plastic surgery. Kyle, just reading those Time magazine articles, and then I start looking at links and find out all about sex and murdering Vince Foster and Whitewater scandals and all kinds of philandering. And their open marriage, and it's very discouraging to America, but, Bill Clinton, I pat him on the back and say he did a great job.
That's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks, Obama, for taking over for me. I'm back.
These parties, both parties, I've said it before, I'll say it again, they're going so fucking far out of whack that they're just... I think this next election really will be the election of third parties. Especially, I hope they put fucking Jeb Bush and Hillary Clinton up against each other.
Because because that's just a glaring, it's so glaring, and
yeah.
Kyle, is that why you're saying that would be good?
It's
be
just
good for a third party, right?
Yeah, it'll push people to vote for a third party.
We haven't had a Ross Perot in over 20-something years.
Yeah, and you know what? If it's Jeb Bush versus Hillary Clinton, fuck it. You know who I'm voting for, D-Lake?
Huh.
Clay Aiken.
Clay Aiken for president. I think, Kyle, do we need to look up the latest news? Last I saw, he was ahead in his race for Senate or something like that.
Yeah, what state is he running in? Look it up for us. For those who don't know what we're talking about, Clay Aiken is running for Senate. And if you don't know who Clay Aiken is, that skinny little frotchy dude from American Idol. But I don't have a problem with him. I mean, probably better than whoever the incumbent is sitting in that seat already. I don't know. I'd like to see Clay Aiken's political views. I'd have to imagine that he's more liberal. But I can't imagine that he's okay with the surveillance state and all this bullshit that all the old fogies up in fucking Congress are totally okay with, and telling us young people that we don't remember 9/11 over. I do remember 9/11. 25. We were there too. But I don't know. I'm curious.
Okay. One day ago, it looks like he was on the verge of securing the position. Let's go to the screen. Think you know everything about Clay Aiken? Think again. Former American star Clay Aiken is on the verge of securing the Democratic nomination Thursday in North Carolina's 2nd District. To answer your question, Kyle, North Carolina. 2 days after appearing to win the primary, absentee ballots trickling in could change that. In parentheses, his lead is currently 369 votes. Clay Aiken in North Carolina, 2nd District.
Is he running? So he's running for state senate.
Yeah.
He's good at winning contests where people vote. I mean,
he's like, remember when you voted for me singing? He just breaks out in the song probably. Number one, if Aiken wins the primary, he'll stand only a slim chance of winning the general election. The 2nd District, represented by Representative Renee Elmers, isn't swing territory. Mitt Romney won nearly 60% of the vote there. As Aaron Blake noted in February, just 3 House Democrats represent districts that are more conservative than the 2nd. In 2 of those seats, the Democratic incumbent is retiring and Republicans are heavily favored to take over. 88 House Republicans represent districts that are more liberal than the 2nd. So despite all the attention Aiken is getting, he's not likely to be roaming the halls of Congress next year. Well, we'll just see about that, Renee. I'm all for Clay Aiken. We can do this, pal.
I'm all for Clay.
He's running against some 88-year-old sucker, or I don't know, some old bastard. I'm tired of these Joe McCain, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, old mother effers, even Tina Brown. I'm sick of her too. Tina, get out of my face.
Wait here,
Close
video.
Page.
I'm pulling up that video. His political campaign ad.
Please do. I got a splash.
I was 1 year old, and my mother knocked on that door with only a diaper bag, the clothes on our backs, and me in her arms. She needed a place to stay where she could escape from my father and start a new life. And she found that place here, in the home of a friend. For 8 months, we stayed in this living room and slept on a mattress on the floor. A tarp hung around the bed for privacy. I'm Clay Aiken, and I don't remember that time. Mom thinks that's for the best. My father could be a violent man who would get drunk and angry, and he'd decide that Mom was the reason for the pain in his life. I saw later, when I was older, pictures of her bruised face and blackened eyes in police photographs. In some ways, this is where my life really began, on the floor of a living room in a small North Carolina home.
I'm Clay Aiken for Congress. No, all right, I got to see where this is going. There has to be a point to all this.
Where my mother and I only had each other. And she protected me, not just from my father, but from as many harsh realities as she could. And more often than not, she'd distract me with music. In those early years, and it's part of why I decided to run for Congress. I've been fortunate in my life, and if you only know the part of my story that begins with a golden ticket, something that still seems unbelievable to me even to this day, you might wonder what would qualify me to run. Well, it starts with a life I remember all too well.
Hey, wait, Kyle, can you pause?
Those from the thrift store.
Yeah.
It's just weird because his chair looks almost invisible, like he's sitting on nothing at that angle.
Everything about this is cracking me up. Like, first of all, we're a minute and a half into this video, and all you've done is told us about a part of your life that you can't remember. Okay. Where are you?
You remember when he got the golden ticket?
I remember that. Yeah, when he was on American Idol. Okay.
Okay, let it play a little bit more.
All right. I need to know what qualifies him.
Christmas is where I might only get one small present, but that would make it a present I would cherish. I had to pull myself up, to achieve a dream I long held, to teach, to reach children like me, and those who faced even more adversities than I did. For most Americans, there are no golden tickets.
All right, if he sings at any point in this ad, I'm gonna give a random person on Twitter 100 Dogecoin.
More families are struggling today than at any time in our history, and here in North Carolina, we've suffered more than our share of pain. The years I spent as a special education teacher for students with autism was my first window into the difference that a person can make in someone's life. Then it was the years I spent with UNICEF, traveling to places of heartbreak like the war zones of Afghanistan and Somalia, where families had been torn.
Okay, Kyle, who wrote this part?
But it was when I was appointed by
John
President
McCain.
Bush to serve on a special presidential commission to address the educational challenges of children with special needs. That was when I first realized that our problems won't be solved by only one party or
Get
the
the
other.
singing
Instead,
guy.
it's
Get
going to
him
require
to
all of us.
learn people.
My faith taught me to see the good in others. And the district where I'm running is represented by a congresswoman who I believe went to Washington with good intentions. I'd like to think that people don't go there with anything else. But even though she knew that voting for massive cuts to the military was bad for our country and for our district, she voted for them anyway, 10 times, after her party leaders told her.
Wait. Did he say he wants to replace her because she cut military spending?
I believe that's what he just said. He's starting to rank on the opponent right now.
One second, let me hear that again.
Anything else. But even though she knew that voting for massive cuts to the military was bad for our country and for our district, she voted for them anyway, 10 times, after her
Because of all those fucking terrorists invading North Carolina.
party leaders told her to. And when her party leaders told her to vote for the government shutdown, she did, 21 times. Disaster for the economy. And then
So you're saying you wouldn't vote for a government shutdown, Clay?
These votes hurt North Carolina. They hurt our military readiness, and they led to thousands of civilians at Fort Bragg being furloughed. Cuts to child care for 5,000
A furlough, by the way, is when you get a paid vacation.
children who to medical and dental clinics, and to counseling and survivor outreach for families of fallen warriors. Even free phone calls so families could call soldiers serving in Afghanistan were cut back. This is what's wrong with Washington, that a congresswoman would go there and vote against the best interests of North Carolina military families and those who depend on the military for their jobs. To do it when you know it's wrong is even worse.
Start singing.
Do it because your national party told you to? Well,
Can I get a
that's what,
drum
in
roll?
the
I think
end,
it's coming.
convinced me that if I didn't try to do something about it, then I couldn't complain. I'm not a politician. I don't ever want to be one.
But I'm running for the 2nd Congressional District.
But I do want to
idea
give
that
the
someone can go to
military a lot of
Washington
money.
to represent all the and maybe we can play a small part in igniting that change across the rest of our country. This is why I'm running for Congress. And in the weeks and months ahead, I'll need your help. We can all be like that friend who took my mother and me in. A friend who shelters those in their time of need.
Here it comes.
Open a door to a new life and renew all of our people.
Hey, Aiken! Oh.
Wow,
End of video, Kyle. You don't owe anybody 100.
Doge. Yeah, that's too bad.
He was doing like a neuro-linguistic speaking over that piano music, though. But we do that all the time with our remixes, so that's cool.
No, that's funny how, you know, in that video, all of his points as to why he's running against this woman, and tell me what you think, all of them seem to be reasons why I like this lady. She cut military spending and she supported the shutdown. I like her. I would vote for her. What's her name? I don't know. That's funny. But watch. I bet he's got more of a shot than they're saying that he does because he's Clay Aiken. And people are like, Clay Aiken? I voted for him on American Idol. I know him. He sings songs that I like. I mean, let's be honest. There was a little bit of that
Give
going.
Clay Aiken a shot. Come on.
Well, do you think that if Jesse Ventura was anybody but Jesse Ventura when he ran for governor of Minnesota that he would have had a chance? No, he wouldn't have. I'm glad that that worked in his favor because I love Jesse Ventura, but the same thing is going to work in favor of Clay Aiken, no doubt.
Well, right when I was saying, during the video, right when I was saying, who was writing this stuff, right after that he goes, when I was appointed to the Bush Special Commission to do such and such, that's when I really realized that I needed to be run for the 2nd Congressional District. And it's like, oh, okay, so Karl Rove or someone like that is who wrote this?
So when you
Let's get Clay Aiken of American Idol to run for the 2nd Congressional District in North Carolina.
When we were talking about this before the show, I was like, fuck it, I'll vote for him. It's better than whoever's in there. But then we watched the political ad, and it's like, I want to run against this lady because she wants to cut military spending, and she supported the shutdown because she believes that we should have a balanced budget and was against Obamacare. And then he says, and the reason that I'm qualified is because I worked for Bush. It's like, fuck, guy. Who made this retarded...
And but he's running Democrat against a Republican that is for the shutdown and for cutting the military spending. I mean, probably overseas, like, look, you know, I mean, I'm sure she supports the military there in North Carolina, but Clay is already twisting it. So, obviously, he seems like a Anakin Skywalker apprentice to me at this stage. I mean, at first, yeah, Kyle, we're backtracking because before the show, you and I had a personal conversation where we're like, we're tired of McCain, gag me, Jeb Bush versus Hillary Clinton 2016. Let's get some new people in there. How about Clay Aiken from American Idol? Well, that sounds good. But then we just watched the video, and now we're like,
He sounds like John McCain.
Well, Kyle, all right. I think we're done. I think we're done with the heckler. Clay Aiken.
Yeah, we don't want to rag on him too hard because he doesn't want to be a politician.
Well, posted on our Facebook this week was we're halfway there. Our American initiative to basically get a third party into the race. This is a letter from Governor Gary Johnson. Last week it was announced that one of the major televised debates prior to this year's Florida gubernatorial election will include not just a Republican and Democrat candidates, but also the Libertarian candidate, Adrian Wiley. That is huge. Imagine how it could change the business-as-usual political landscape on the national level if the nationally televised presidential debates in 2016 also included the major candidates other than just the Republican and Democrat. It would be a game changer, especially with a majority of Americans now believing neither of the two major parties represents them. Kyle, what do you think? That's just the first paragraph.
That's somebody running for president that's going to be in the debates?
Well, this is a letter from Gary Johnson saying that if we're halfway there, they're trying to raise about $50,000 in the next few weeks. So far, half of that amount has been raised. Your contribution will help us reach our goal. Go to America's Debate Challenge today. You know, however much you can give, and because we believe our arguments are strong. If we prevail, it will alter the way we elect our president in a very fundamental way. Americans will respond when they have an opportunity to see that they have real choices beyond just the Republican and the Democrat. That's what our America's Debate Challenge is going for. That's why they need your help. This was written, thanks, and counting on you, and looking forward to hearing from you by Gary Johnson, honorary chairman.
I don't think they should be trying to get into the debates because, but for me, the Libertarian Party making an attempt to get into the debates legitimizes the Democrat-Republican debates. I like the third-party debates. I thought that was great. I think they should keep doing that, and especially if
have their own separate debates, but they don't get any press. The only way those third parties are going to get press is if they go head to head with the two big parties.
What we need to do is we need grassroots efforts, like
I believe that's what this is. I support this, man.
No, not grassroots efforts to get into their fucking dog and pony show or whatever. We need grassroots efforts that if the debates are between a ton of fucking candidates that nobody wants up there, well, they do this like Twitter thing where all the tweets come up at the bottom of the screen and on the side.
What about Pegasus? And Vermin Supreme?
Tweet during their fucking debate saying we should all watch the third-party debates. These people don't represent you. We don't want these people on the global stage. And use our power. Use the media speaks. Use InfoWars. Use Resist the Tyranny. Use fucking Steve Grant. Write a fucking song about it. Get everybody to watch the third-party debates. And if it's a debate between Hillary Clinton and Jeb fucking Bush, I tell you what, I bet a lot of people are going to be open-minded to that idea.
Yeah. I also think that if it's Hillary Clinton versus Jeb Bush, there's going to be a lot of shoe throwing and heckling.
Yeah, I mean, that would make a good porno, but as for debate or presidency, I don't know. I'd watch the porn, though. Not gonna lie. Jeb and Hillary on YouPorn, you'd watch it. Dude.
I saw another article. I don't have it pulled up, but excuse me. I saw another article this week where they're talking about, presidential 2016 candidates, and they don't mention Rand Paul, who's like basically sort of the forerunner in the Republican Party. They didn't mention his name.
Absolutely the forerunner. He won the straw.
They talk about Chris Christie and Ted Cruz, maybe Rubio or one of these other guys making a comeback, or Paul Ryan, but not Rand Paul. And I'm like, and look, I can understand that Hillary hasn't announced that she's running for president yet because no one has. Everyone's just like a potential candidate right now.
Yeah, everybody's a potential candidate right now.
But that's the political climate that we're in, and I personally feel that Hillary's camp right now is trying to get the Webb Hubbell, Vince Foster, Whitewater, Juanita Broderick, Bill Clinton's affairs, Hillary's affairs, their open marriage, the kid that's not theirs, the Monica Lewinsky scandal. I mean, she comes out this week. It's like they're trying to get all this stuff out of the way right now. But I'm going to catalog and record all this stuff and bring it back in like next year around this time. Count on it. D-Lake for PREZ, themediaspeaks.com.
So, D-Lake, how about we got to play the science front. We've forgotten to play the science front like the last 2 weeks.
Oh, man.
How about let's play the science front.
Wait, hold on. I was on a roll, and just thank you, Kyle. Thank you, because I promised Sam that we would play the science front. I totally would have forgot. Let's get into it.
All right, let's play the science front. D-Lake, it'll give you a chance to splash some water on your face. When we come back, we're gonna have AJ Twynham, who's a friend of the show, jump in, and we're gonna play some Who Done Said It. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Have you shot him the link, or is that what I should do?
Send him the link after, and tell him to mute so that he can jump in during the science front.
Sounds great.
Greetings, unsettled souls, and welcome to News from the Science Front, part of the Saturday edition here at the Media Speaks, and we're going to soar right into it. This is from space.com, and the article was really annoying because it had this video that starts playing right away. The kind of thing that makes me not want to go back, so you've been warned before I read this. Bus-sized asteroid buzzes Earth, comes closer than the moon. Well, that would be bus-sized. They also write very good. A small asteroid about the size of a city bus zipped by Earth at a range closer than the moon early Saturday, which was May 3rd when this was written, but posed no threat to our planet. The newly discovered asteroid, 2014 HL129, came within 160,000 miles of Earth when it made its closest approach on Saturday morning, which is close enough to pass between the planet and the orbit of the moon. Hey, that's closer than Mitt Romney got to the White House. The average distance between the Earth and Moon is about 238,855 miles. It says that you can watch an animation of the asteroid 2014 HN129's orbit. Yeah, it gives you no choice. Around the sun and on space.com. The asteroid is about 25 feet wide, according to NASA's Asteroid Watch project, and it's based at the agency's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, Cali. It made its closest approach to Earth at 4:13 a.m. EDT. Saturday's close shave by asteroid 2014 HL129 came just days after its discovery on Wednesday, April the 28th, by astronomers with the Mount Lemmon survey team, according to an alert by the Minor Planet Center, an arm of the International Astronomical Union that chronicles asteroid discoveries. That's alarming because missing an asteroid of that size, if it was to hit, say, New York City or Moscow, would create death of millions. Death of millions. The cloud that would go into the atmosphere would kill hundreds. It would destroy farming communities. It would be a mess. The Mount Lemmon survey team scans the night sky with a telescope, and the Stewart Observatory atop Mount Lemmon in Arizona's Catalina Mountains. NASA scientists, it says, and researchers around the world constantly monitor the sky for potentially dangerous asteroids that could pose a risk of impacting the Earth. This is very, very interesting, and I can tell you why. How much money do we spend to make sure we can kill each other? How much money do we spend making sure our president can go to Hawaii? How much money do we spend as a people, as a world, for that matter, for you New World Order worshipers? If something like this hits us, think about all the millions. I mean, we can do a better job of watching the skies around us than we do. It's just that we don't use our money wisely. It says a basic rock quiz here. Well, I'm not going to go through all these, but anyway, go ahead and take the rock quiz. It's at space.com if you can deal with their pop-ups. Lastly, RIA Novosti, Russia to begin moon colonization in a 2030 report. Colonization. Why am I having trouble saying that? Russia has drafted a program for colonization of the moon and plans to send the first expeditions to build a permanent lunar base in 2030. The Russian Izvestia Daily said Thursday, citing an official document. Now, again, people laughed at gave this. And I said at the time that while Newt was in no danger of ever getting my vote, highlight that I didn't think he was nuts for this. And I think it needs to be done. Colonizing the moon, getting minerals off the moon, yes, of course. Do I believe that man is warming the planet? No. But would we be better off if we weren't mining this out of our planet and destroying our environment in other ways? Of course we would. It says the moon is a space object for the future exploration by terrestrial civilization, and a geopolitical competition for the moon's natural resources may begin in the 21st century, said a report on a potential lunar program prepared by the Russian Academy of Sciences, the Roscosmos Space Agency, and Moscow State University. The program aims to build an inhabited moon base and testing ground by the middle of the century, which would allow mineral extraction on Earth only as natural satellite. And again, if we lived on a planet that had many moons, perhaps this would be, I want to say less urgent, but we got one shot at this. Let's make it happen, clearly. The project calls on developing a range of long-distance space technology to ensure the country can explore the moon independently from foreign partners. Earlier proposals for lunar exploration focused on strong international cooperation, as it is believed no single country can afford interplanetary projects on its own. Pause. Well, you know what this is going to do. First of all, America is going to have to go it alone when we do this, because we've managed to piss off the Russians by helping the Ukraine elect Nazis. Am I a Putin fan? Hell no. Go to themediaspeaks.com. But I will say this.
He's totally a Putin
this
fan.
Is going to hurt the science.
I believe he's a Putin fan. Yes, I think he supports Nazis too.
Science community. Why? Because the U.S. and Russia together seem to have an ability to work well when it comes to space things. This is just going to increase the likelihood that it's going to cost even more and make this more, make this less likely to happen. How's that? Russia will plan separate 3 or 4 year-long lunar projects for the next 16 years, according to the plan. The first 4 will take place between 2016 and 2025 and will focus on defining the physical and chemical composition of the moon's south pole, where the future base will be sited. Space round trips are scheduled for 2028 through 30 and manned lunar exploration by 2030 to 40. The first stage will cost the government 28.5 billion rubles, which is $800 million, Izvestia said. Well, it wouldn't cost so much if you'd have some American help. Previous lunar expeditions, which started with the USSR.
All right. Well, if you want to watch the rest of the science front, that's Sam DeGanji of the Correct Views and of the Media Speaks. You can check that out. Really good science front from Sam. I love when he talks about space and stuff. It sounds like somebody doesn't have their headphones on.
Hey, Jay, put your headphones on immediately.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I don't even know.
Call into our radio show. Call into our video show with your damn.
Not even
radio
wearing
still playing.
headphones.
Come on.
Probably talking on a.
Come on, rookie.
What are you calling it on a G1 1.0 Android phone?
Are you on the internet with AOL?
Yeah, actually. Hey, you know what? You know what is faster than me trying? You said you told me to put my headphones in, right? Well, I found a faster way to alleviate the issue was just mute my microphone. So.
Yeah, that works in the short term, but.
Yeah, that's short term. See, I'm hearing myself again. I can't
I'm
hear
hearing myself echo. What?
I'm hearing echo.
Echo. Hold on, bro. My headphone jack ain't even working on my laptop, bro. All right. AOL built my laptop. Okay, give me 1 second.
You got
We're
one of
trying
those.
to have AJ Twynham on the show, everybody. Great guest. He's been on the show before. We're experiencing some technical difficulties with the rookie here.
Despite him being completely amateur, give him a round of applause, D-Lake.
All right, AJ, thanks for being on the show. We got a game lined up to play. We want to get your thoughts on a few things. We want to find out what's been going on with you, and especially all your Facebook posts. You're very active on there. A lot of good posts that I like that you put up there.
You are a Facebook warrior. I don't see anybody post as much stuff as AJ does. Every day.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't been banned yet, AJ, but are you ready, buddy? Okay,
I think I've just fucked up. Hey, guys, I think I've just fucked up technology. If you'll give me a 1 minute. Like, I can't even hear you guys. Like, I had my shit plugged into my HD TV, and I unplugged that at the same time my headphone jack was in, and I think I just fucked up, like, technology.
Kyle,
I'll be right back.
Kyle, don't say anything. Let's just mouth our words and make AJ think that he can't hear us.
All right, for the people listening on the podcast.
Right, yeah. No. This show repeats again in audio, so obviously that little joke of mine won't work there.
If you're listening on
stay
Stitcher,
tuned,
iTunes, we thank you for bearing with us there.
Please, everybody, stay tuned. If you've made it this far in the broadcast, we have a few viewers. Okay, great.
And you can also, if you're watching this live at home on YouTube or on Google Plus or on the MediaSpeaks.com, you can click that little thing popping up in the corner that says Q&A, and you can ask us a question or throw a comment our way, and it pops up on my screen, and then I'll interrupt D-Lake. D-Lake will be screaming and yelling, and I'll be like, D-Lake, we have a comment! And then I'll read it, and then we'll thank you, and then we'll respond.
Yeah, I usually go nuts around this time in the show. Kyle, while Sam was doing his science front, I brought up this science news that came out this week. NASA captures huge explosion on the surface of the sun. Also, what I found interesting this week is that we are developing a new technology to try to, we're trying to get bids from contractors to clean up all the junk that's in outer space by building a pseudo space fence. But take a look at this explosion on the sun. You'll see like the dancing vortex exploding here.
You give all that space crap, space...
No, watch this, watch.
I'm watching.
See that right there? That dancing? Yeah. It needs like Star Wars sound effects, Kyle. But yeah, the space fence is to clean up all the debris that's in outer space surrounding our planet. Kyle, an astronaut lost a spatula in outer space that could collide into a satellite. There's like, I don't know, some other stuff floating around up there.
Did you just make that up, or did an astronaut really lose a spatula?
No, I swear to God, I read that on the article about debris in outer space. Yeah, no, that really happened. Ever since Sputnik launched, there's like all kinds of like, there's like rocket boosters, some bigger stuff, some smaller stuff. There's just like there's like, dude, seriously, there's like a garbage field surrounding our planet, and they want to build like a space fence. Look, Google space fence this week.
Hey, I'm just testing this thing out. Am I on right now? Like, can
you are on. Am I hearing echo? No, I'm not hearing echo. I think you did.
Holy shit! Hey, just leave it to me to throw a wrench into shit and then learn how to fix it. So.
You're like a shitty MacGyver. You cause problems and then fix them.
Oh shit! That almost sounds like the federal government, bro. We need to calm down. We need to calm down, bro.
No, the federal government creates problems and then they half fix them.
Oh,
All right,
shit.
let me
Well,
see.
AJ, hey AJ Twynham, thanks for being on the show. How do you
Hey,
feel
thanks
about the
for having
Pentagon?
me.
Yeah, great. How do you feel about the Pentagon approving the latest Air Force plan to clean up all the space debris that's in outer space, including an astronaut's glove that reportedly, or his spatula that reportedly floated out of his.
It
Oh,
reminds
shit.
me of have you seen of course you've seen Spaceballs, the one planet it has like a giant glass ball
Watch
around it.
out!
It's got like a little door that opens for spaceships to go in and out.
Hell yeah. I'd say just not worry about it. I'd tell the Pentagon not to worry about it. It's all gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be just fine.
That sounds
Okay,
like a Beatles lyric.
hey Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle, just so no one thinks I just make stuff up on the Media Speaks, hundreds of thousands of pieces of man-made debris are floating around out there. The detritus of more than 50 years of space flight. There have been chunks of dead satellites and spent rocket boosters, even a glove,
Fucking Kennedy, man.
one of
Jesus
D-Lake's
Christ.
gloves, and an astronaut dropped in 1965, and a spatula that
What is-
escaped. A spatula escaped from a space shuttle in 2006, ladies and gentlemen. And because this stuff zips along faster than a speeding bullet, the trash poses an ever-growing threat to the satellites that help the military communicate and gather intelligence and serve the world's obsession with Google Earth and on-demand movies. My Netflix could be threatened by this spatula floating around in outer space!
First of all right, before I say this next comment, D-Lake, we got Save America's Liberty, who's Don, chiming in, apologizing for missing the first part of the show. That's not a problem at all. We forgive you because we like you. And you were
Well,
asking...
we got AJ on now, Don, so you missed the best part earlier.
Yeah,
The best is yet to come. Okay.
and he also says, does anybody know anything about cannabis oil to fight cancer? If you look through our channel, type in The Media Speaks Christina Marie. We've actually had a guest on. She's the girl.
She just came out with a YouTube update for last month. They gave her to March. They gave her to March, and then she posted in April.
And how's she doing? What's the update?
They put her on hospice. Do what?
They put her on hospice, really?
They put her on hospice. She's graduating from hospice at the same time that her friends are graduating from college. Yeah.
Yeah, and she just got married. It seems like she's doing pretty well. D-Lake, can you send Don a link? Let's get him in here. Beau just joined. Do we get a round of applause for Beau joining it?
We're all getting connected, bro. We're
What's
all
up, Beau?
getting connected.
D-Lake, how you doing?
Great, man.
Kyle,
Thanks.
thank you.
Shit's getting crazy. Can you send a link out for Don? And I would like to play an insanely large game of Who Done Said It.
Okay, Kyle, I'm on that. I'm on that. Bring in Beau and these other guys, and let's do this.
All right, so right now we got AJ with us. Beau and AJ, have you ever been on at the same time?
Yeah, actually, I think we were on with Matt Winklejohn.
Yeah, a while back, yeah.
So, Beau, what's going on with you? Have you read anything interesting in the news? Anything that you'd want to talk about while we get Don?
I got.
Oh shit. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right now, sorry. I just wanted to get on the game.
Well, go ahead, AJ. What do you got?
Okay, so I just found a really big piece of damaging information last night, and it has caused the rebirth of Spoken Do-Good, I guess you could say. That my area, according to the Wall Street Journal, is the #1 most miserable place to live in the United States.
Really? You're in Kentucky, right?
I'm in if you go to my Facebook page, holy shit, there's a Steely Reserve right there, hell yeah. Yeah. Go to my Facebook page. It's AJ Illuminati Twinem. It should be like the first thing that you see.
Clever name.
Is that we're number one, bitch. We are on the fucking map. No, it's the Ashland, Kentucky, Huntington, West Virginia, Ironton, Ohio area.
Here's how we can tell. When you go down there, you mentioned the Steel Reserve. Can you buy 12 cases of Steel Reserve where you're at?
No, you can actually buy 12 for $12.50.
All right, yeah, you're fucked. If you can buy, you can buy any more than 40.
We're all right. We're all right.
Hey, real quick, Don, if you're watching and listening, I sent you the link on YouTube in a message. I swear I'm subscribed to you, but it's like every time I go there, I have to resubscribe or something. I'm like, stop blocking me, buddy. No, I don't know, but the link is there so you can join in. We're joined by Beau. Beau, how's it going?
Good, D-Lake. How about yourself?
Hey, awesome, man. I like your hair today, dude.
Oh, thanks, dude. I just had to say, I read your article about the dog thing. Even though that's a throwback joint, I mean, the video where they killed the dogs, or the cops killed the dog. That was a good written article. I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you, sir. Do you like my idea about the feed first method and that cops should be armed with dog food? And like, why don't you just try to feed the dog a little bit before you fucking beat it up, kill it, shoot it, or otherwise tase it or fuck it up, right?
I mean, exactly. But again,
too late for PREZ.
Again, cops would rather shoot the dog than just try to, you know.
Have you guys seen a startling increase in police excessive violence news in the past, like since the beginning of 2014, guys? Every day, or
I've seen a lot of dog abuse this year, and I mean we're talking about like Chihuahuas and shit, and like me and Beau, we're both small dog enthusiasts, and it's like a little dog like that isn't gonna do that much harm to you, and most of them end up running away. It looks like we got Don jumping in. Can we get a little bit of a round of applause for Don?
Excellent.
How you doing today, Don?
How is everybody?
Oh, fantastic. Well, now that we have...
Is that hillbilly Don from Save America's Liberty?
Yeah, I'm pretty close to him down there in Kentucky. He was talking about Huntington. I'm 45 miles from there.
Hell yeah, are you in Charleston?
No, I'm in, you know where Point Pleasant's at?
Yeah. That's in Ohio, right?
I'm just up the river a little bit.
Hell yeah. No, you know they got Charleston's #2 on that Wall Street Journal shit I was talking to you.
I would doubt it, man.
It's just one big fucking black hole, bro. And you can't have a black hole without a superstar, right?
It's funny because
I'll tell you what happened to my area is after Detroit went under, a bunch of people moved in there to deal drugs.
No shit.
And it just fucking
true fucking story. True story, bro. I was living in the hood for a minute, and like, you'd hear gunshots and people driving away with Michigan tags. Like,
yeah, a lot of that going on.
Those damn white people.
When you hear gunshots, you want to be able to go over to your neighbor's house and ask what they're shooting. But I have to agree because I'm not that close to where you guys are at, but my mom lives in Dayton, Ohio. My sister was in Cincinnati for a while, and I've been down to like the Louisville and the Lake Cumberland area of Kentucky. And it's like the further you get into that area, no disrespect to where you guys live, but like
people are shit. Yeah, people. I mean, this is like one of my big things about talking to people is like when you look at the world around us today, like you just see a bunch of like hammering down on creation, like like you're not allowed to be creative anymore, and
you have to fit a mold.
And when you do shit like that, it's what it creates. Like it creates like people that want to destroy. So
well, I'll tell you, regulation by government has took an area that was really productive. We had coal mines, powerhouses, steel mills, aluminum mills, timber, you name it, and they mowed everybody under. And I'll tell you, there's just nothing left anymore.
Right.
You know what, Don? You should just shut up and you should just live in a city. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do.
Everybody should just shut up and eat some fucking mushrooms, man.
We got a comment coming in saying from Tourmaline Stone saying what's going on, and I don't know if that's like a question like what the fuck are you doing, or if they're like legitimately asking. But how about is everybody here ready to play some Who Done Said It?
Yeah, because that person was probably watching this show. It was me and Kyle, and everything was going like really good. Then AJ came in and started fucking up the show.
Yeah.
Then Beau joins in. Then it's like, hey, get Dawn on the show. Then these guys start having a personal conversation about Kentucky or some shit and living up the river. She's like, what's going on? Can we get to Who Done Said It?
Get to the news, gosh.
Yeah,
get to the meat and potatoes.
Stay inside of my box, damn it! Stay inside of my box.
Okay, AJ, you're gonna get booted real quick. We're about to play the game. Kyle, go ahead.
All right, so yeah, everybody hit the mute button or try to be quiet. Let's play the intro music, and then we'll get into some Who Done Said It. I will explain the rules right now. For those who don't know, Who Done Said It is an amazingly fun game that we play here on The Media Speaks.
Who done said it?
Who said the quote? I have 3 people who I have pulled up some quotes. I have about 10 quotes from 3 different people. I'm going to read quotes, and everybody who's on the show right now, you guys have to guess from those 3 people which person said each quote. If you get the quote right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, you don't lose anything. But if you guys all guess wrong, I get 2 points.
I don't know.
But if you all guess the same thing and you get it right, then I lose a point. Pretty basic game. It looks like we lost Twynham. I think he astrally projected into a different world of psilocybin.
I pretty much think that we're like press mute, and he just starts pressing every button and then just like leaves.
All right, so let's give him a minute to jump back in. While we're doing that, I will tell you, are you guys ready? Let me pull up my sound effects here for the game.
We got a big game today. Beau, Dawn, D-Lake, AJ if he makes it back in, versus Kyle.
You played Who Done Said It before? I know, Beau, you have.
Dawn,
you can unmute now. You don't have to be muted.
Are you familiar with this game, Dawn?
Yeah, I've watched you guys play it a few times.
Okay, so he knows what's up.
All right. Hopefully AJ jumps in pretty soon. He might have hit his head. He might be unconscious right now. Don, you might have to take a trip over there and make sure that he's not bleeding out. But
it's only 45 miles away, Don. You'll be there in no time.
He done got shot by some guy with Michigan tags. Hey, that's the truth, man. That is the truth. He just plain out said it.
AJ's good at. He usually just takes 5 words instead of 3 to say.
He said, "Fuck your box." Did I offend him? Get back in here.
All right, yeah. Well, while we're waiting for him, let's say the candidates. So everybody's ready. We have the first candidate for today's game, which I'm hoping AJ gets back in because he just sent me a video from this person today. Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks.
Everybody here, I assume, is familiar with Bill Hicks.
I have a cunt and I'm drunk.
The late, great comedian. The next one, I'm not sure. Some of you guys might not know who he is. I might give an explanation, but the next person we have for today, Richard Belzer. Do you guys know who Richard Belzer is?
Bow Wow from Sha Na Na. Richard Belzer.
He's on Law and Order. He's the guy on Law and Order SVU who's always bringing up conspiracy theories. He's a comedian. He was in
Wait, Kyle. Do you know Bowser? Do you know who Bowser is? Do you know Bill? Do you know Richard Belzer when he was on Sha Na Na?
No, I don't.
That was him, right?
I don't know. Is that a movie?
That was an old TV show.
Was it? I haven't seen that show.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's a comedian. He's an actor. He's in a ton of shows. He was actually, when Alex Jones was on Piers Morgan, Richard Belzer was in the audience. He wrote a book about JFK assassination. He's done some work with Jesse Ventura, my understanding. He's been on InfoWars quite a few times, too. Very interesting guy. I love him because all women love Law & Order SVU. And I'll be watching, Megan or my mom or somebody, let's watch Law & Order. Okay, let's watch. And, there will be a case, and they'll just be like, we're cops, and we're trying to figure this out. And then Richard Belzer's character will be like, the military-industrial complex. I'm like, whoa, I'm watching Law & Order, and I just heard military-industrial complex. So I always appreciate that. So we have one more. The last candidate for today's show, David Icke.
David Icke.
All right,
and,
so
is that who the video from AJ came from?
No, the video from AJ was actually from Bill Hicks. AJ, are you back? You may unmute. All right. Our candidates today, we just went over all of them, are Bill Hicks, Richard Belzer, and David Icke. Do you know who those people are?
I don't know who Richard Belzer is, but I'm more than aware of who Bill Hicks is. He is actually
Richard Belzer, do you ever watch Law & Order SVU?
Yeah.
You know the tall, kind of skinny, older guy with glasses who will randomly be
yeah, I got you. I just seen something that he said not too long ago. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
All right, that's the last guy. So, is everybody ready to play?
Wait
Beau.
a second.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that Richard Belzer was on Sha Na Na. I'm going to images. Wasn't he Belzer? Or wasn't he, Okay, maybe I'm wrong now, but I thought he was Bowser from Sha Na Na. I could be wrong.
All right, we got to get into this game. We got a lot of people. Beau, sign in. Are you ready to play?
Yeah, I am ready to play.
All right,
Yes,
Asian.
I'm sorry. I fucked it up. I'm ready to play.
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Stop. I'm not ready. Okay, I'm ready now.
John, are you ready to play?
Let's go.
All right, everybody, keep it tame here. I have the first quote for us right now. We are the facilitators of our own creative evolution.
That's Bill Hicks.
That sounds like Bill Hicks.
I'm going with the Lizard Man.
You're going with who?
The Lizard Man, David Icke.
You're going with David Icke?
Yeah.
Beau, where are you at? Who do you think that is?
I'm thinking the Law & Order guy.
You're going with the Law & Order guy, Richard Belzer. D-Lake, who do you think that was? We are the facilitators of our own creative evolution.
I'm going to double down with Bill Hicks.
Yeah.
Doubling down, Bill Hicks?
It sounds about like, let me just clear the area. Let me just clear up any kind of opinion. We are the facilitators. Yeah, it sounds a lot like Bill Hicks.
Sounds like Bill Hicks. All right. Well, the answer is... That was a Bill Hicks quote.
Boom, we made it.
Which, let me clear up, since we have so many people today, if you do know, let's say I say a Bill Hicks quote, and you're like, I know for a fact that's a Bill Hicks quote, I remember it, you don't want to say that, because then everybody else will guess it, and then it'll just kind of, neutralize the point that you would have won. So be coy.
Sure, yeah, I've got to be coy today, but it's always good to sort of embellish a little bit why you're choosing that person. Might help someone else.
All right, so the next one we got. If you tell a lie that's big enough, and you tell it often enough, people will believe you're telling the truth, even if what you're saying is total crap. Let's go with you first.
David Icke.
That sounds like David Icke to you.
Yes.
Let's go to Don. Don, what do you think?
I'll say Ike, too.
Yeah, that's a David Icke quote. AJ?
Wait, should I be saying Icky?
Icky.
There's a whole lot of...
You're not British.
Oh, okay.
It's Icky if you're British.
David Icky is my selection, and Don, okay.
So two David Ickeys. AJ?
There's a lot of strategy involved here. At the same time,
there is
wordplay. so I'm gonna say it sounds like David Icke, but I'm gonna stick to Bill Hicks.
You're gonna go with Bill Hicks on that one.
But
So
it sounds a lot like David Icke, but I'm gonna go Bill Hicks.
I'm Bill Hicks too.
Splitting it up. Good call. Good call. Beau.
2
I'm Bill
David
Hicks.
Icke, 2 Bill Hicks. That's where we're at.
Wait, what both say?
Bill Hicks. He said Bill Hicks, and
Okay.
it was Richard Belzer.
Oh shit!
God!
My mind is blown, bro.
Mind blown, Kyle with 2 fucking points.
When we got
shit.
5 people in on this game, I thought, wow, I don't have a chance in
With
hell.
5 people, there's no way that Kyle can win this game, you guys. Okay, let's get that straight.
We went 2 for 2, and man, next time I'm gonna take the oddball, man. There's too many of us not to pick everybody.
That's true. All right, so
Okay.
the next one. No one is questioning the nobility and honor of these men and women that are serving and what they're doing. No one questions that. Now they're targets, and they're not going out. They're just protecting each other, and they're in the middle of a civil war. So it's really not fair to have these people who volunteered their lives to protect the nation under false pretenses to now be targets.
Wait, what war are we referencing? Do you know?
I can't tell you that. That might give it away. Because if I was to say
Bitch.
that it's the war on terror, well, that takes Bill Hicks out, right? So
Beau, you go first.
what are you thinking, Beau? You need a reread?
Law and Order guy.
You're going Richard Belzer?
Richard Belzer, yep.
Okay. What are you thinking, AJ?
That's Belzer.
You're going Belzer too?
Oh wait, hold on. Can you say that whole quote one more time?
Yes, I can.
I'm
No one-
kidding. I'm just a joke.
All right, so you're yeah.
You know what? I'll go last. I'll pick last.
All right, Don.
I picked David Icke 3 times in a row now, so David Icke again.
You're going David Icke again. It's gotta
Yeah,
be.
I'm going to answer them all David Icke, and we'll see what happens.
Well, shit, I'm sticking to Bill Hicks.
All right, so Beau.
All right. So, Don, you're sticking with Ike. AJ is sticking with Belzer. Beau said Bill Hicks,
No,
correct?
Beau said
I said
Belzer.
Hicks.
AJ.
Belzer? Because I was thinking it's
Yeah.
Belzer again. I was thinking Belzer too. So I'm doubling down with Belzer.
You're going Belzer as well?
Yeah.
Come on. It was Richard Belzer.
Me and Beau!
So right now, as the scores stand, let me look at this. AJ's at 1, Beau's at 1, D-Lake's at 2, I'm at 2, and Don is at 0.
Oh, Don.
That's what you
Don
get for
goes
betting
first
on
on
Ike,
this next
bro.
one. Don, you're first. Don, you're first on this next one.
All right, yeah, Don's first on the next one because he's at the end of the pile right now. So let's go to the next quote. Watching television is like having black spray paint over your third eye. Don, what do you think?
David Icke.
He's sticking with Ike. He's sticking with Ike. You know what? He sounds so confident. I'm going to double down with Ike, with Don. Win or lose, me and Don. David
I got to
Ike.
get one of them right.
It's true. You have to get at least one of them right. AJ.
I'm sticking to my original plan, bro. I'm staying with Hicks.
Bill Hicks on that one?
It sounds a lot like Hicks, so yeah, I'm gonna say
It
Hicks.
sounds more like Hicks than Ike, but I'm going to say Ike.
30 people have very similar, like, type of shit that they say.
Yeah, this is a tough game today. Beau, what do you think?
Bill Hicks.
Yeah, yeah.
2 Hicks and 2 Ikes? This better not be Belzer, you guys. Go ahead, Kyle.
Not Moses.
That was a Bill Hicks quote.
Damn it! Beau and AJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill and AJ. So
Oh, shit.
Right
Do you
now-
realize what just happened, Don? Kyle, what just happened?
it's 2-2-2-2-0 And that 0 is done.
Oh, shit, bro.
All right.
Somebody call Skull and Bones. We're fucking them up.
All right, Don. Now you go last on this one, buddy.
All right.
It's gonna be David Icke.
It's gonna be.
It's already David Icke.
All right. Next quote. Next quote. Goodbye, you lizard scum. Goodbye.
Wait, did you just say you lizards?
Yeah. Goodbye, you lizard scum. Goodbye.
That's not the real next quote.
Next quote. I swear to you. That is it.
I'm stuck.
Okay, Don, what do you think?
I told you the way I'm going.
Okay, I agree. David Icke.
You're both going David Icke?
Yeah. What do you guys? What AJ, Beau? What do you guys think?
Beau, go ahead.
Dennis Quaid. No,
Oh yeah.
I'm going Law and Order dude again. Mr. Belzer.
That's what I was gonna say, dude. It sounds a lot like Belzer. But
AJ, you better stick with Hicks. I don't know.
yeah, I'm sticking with Hicks, man. I'm nervous right now, bro. I'm scared. I'm sticking with Hicks.
Okay, so me and Don. Okay, go ahead.
It was Bill Hicks.
What?
It was. It was.
I know,
It's actually.
I know too much Bill Hicks, bro. Is what it is. Like I watch his comedy shit all the time, man.
Wait, so
It was
who
a
got
joke.
that, AJ?
He was doing a joke
AJ
about
on the
LA.
fucking lead?
About LA and how LA people, you call them on the phone and they're, oh, it's winter
Bro, it's
out
hot
there.
and sunny, bro.
It's 90 degrees here. I'm about to go to the beach.
hot
And he's
and
like,
sunny.
oh, he likes to call those people from New York. He's like, oh, what are you doing down there? Swimming? I'm reading a book. We still have intelligence. Goodbye, you lizard scum. So that's the joke. I picked it specifically for that reason, to try and get you guys to go David Icke. All right. So the next quote. Fascism was invented by Mussolini. As we know, it means government for the corporation, the corporate state. So when I say fascist, it is not that vicious.
I'm gonna say David Icke.
You're going David Icke on that one? Don, what do you think?
David Icke.
Oh, why don't you go next?
Bill Hicks.
Sounds Bill Hicksy to you? AJ?
That's Ike.
That sounds like Ike to you?
Yeah.
All right. That was Richard Belzer.
I knew it, bro. I knew it. I knew I should have just picked Belzer for the fuck of it. Just keep
Yeah,
going.
pick him.
Go ahead.
Kyle just took the lead. 4.
I
Me,
did.
AJ, me and Beau at 2. Don still with 1.
You,
Wait.
no, I'm at 0.
Yeah, Don's got 0 right now.
I'm at 0. Yeah.
All right, I got 3 more quotes.
Well, hold up. What's the score again? Just make sure I got it right in my head. It's
score-
Kyle's got 4. I've got 3.
Beau's got 2, D-Lake's got 2, and Don is still at 0.
That's what it gets for betting on Ike.
Dude, Ike's got to be in here somewhere. This is bullshit.
You're ruining the show.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just trying to make it a good time.
All right. God save us from religion. I'm going to let Don go first.
God save us from religion is the quote.
Yeah, that's the quote. Don, what are you thinking?
David Icke.
David Icke? Like, what do you think?
That's the rest of them. I have to at least get one.
Yeah. D-Lake, what are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm just feeling for Don. I'm going to double down with Ike.
You doubling down with Ike?
Yeah, I'm just going to stick with him. It's got to come up. It's got to be here sooner or later, right?
It does.
I'm really conflicted right now. What was the quote?
God save us from religion.
Has Beau answered yet?
No.
Doing Ike.
You're going Ike?
Yep.
It seems like, well, man. I'm gonna go with that Law and Order dude.
You're going with Richard Belzer?
Yes, sir.
It was David Icke.
Finally.
All right, so we got 2 more quotes left here.
David Icke.
Listen. All right, calm, everybody. Listen, the next revolution is going to be a revolution of ideas. Let's go Beau first. Listen, the next revolution is going to be a revolution of ideas.
Ike.
You're going David Icke?
Yep.
Hey, what are you thinking?
What am I thinking? I'm thinking of new ideas, bro. That's Bill Hicks.
That sounds like Bill Hicks to you?
Yeah.
Don?
I'm going with David Icke.
Do you like?
Really, really torn on this one, man. Can you read it one more time?
Listen, the next revolution is going to be a revolution of ideas.
David Icke.
That sounds like David Icke to you?
Yeah.
That was Bill Hicks.
Hicks, come on now, Hicks.
Wait, who said that? Just AJ?
Yeah.
That was just AJ got the point there. So
I'm coming for you, Kyle, bro. I'm coming for you, man.
I got one more, and it's AJ 4, Beau's at 3, D-Lake's at 3, I'm at 4, and Don's at 1. So Don.
Final question worth 20 points. No. Sorry.
I wish.
If you lose 20 points, if you get it wrong.
Don wishes. Yeah, okay.
All right, next one, last one. Any society where it's a crime or a hassle to be different is a society based on psychological fascism. Let's go Beau first. Any society where it is a crime to hassle or to be different, or it is a crime or a hassle to be different is a society based on psychological fascism.
I'm gonna do Ike. Sorry.
You're going David Icke?
Yep, correct.
AJ?
I'm going to go last, man.
All right, Don.
Ike.
You're going Ike?
I'm going all the way this time.
Do we think that Don was going any different? I'm going to say Ike, too.
You're going Ike? All right, AJ.
Man, so conflicted here, bro. Okay. I'm taking
this big for AJ.
I'm sorry, I'm taking this too seriously, man. Give me a second. SVU guy. No, wait.
He's got to load his AOL browser.
Yeah.
You realize if you don't cover the spread by saying Belzer, and it is Belzer, then Kyle
wins. Yeah, that's what I'm saying Belzer. Fuck it.
Wait, no. If you say Belzer, because if you say David Icke and it is David Icke, everybody ties. If you say Belzer,
Kyle loses a point.
Except me.
Yes, and everybody ties except for me and Don. But if you say Belzer, then you potentially could win. That's where we're at.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm really conflicted right now. Like, do I want to win, or could everybody be a tie, or there's a lot going on here, man.
But what do you really feel? Forget about the score. Just like what is your initial thought?
Freedom.
On this quote.
Let's see here. Belzer.
You're going Belzer?
What was the quote again, dude? I forgot.
That's not your first thought.
Any society where it is a crime or a hassle to be different is a society based on psychological fascism.
No, that's Ike. That's Ike. We all tie.
You're going Ike?
Yeah.
It was David Icke.
My mind's blown, bro.
Which means that I lost a point. So we ended up in last, Don with 2.
Wait, he said Ike on that. He just got a point. Okay, so yeah, he's got 2.
Got 2. Next is me. I came in 4th with 3. Beau and D-Lake tied for second. We missed a number in there, but they tied for second with 4.
Oh, you, brother. Billy Jack.
Whoop, whoop. And AJ won with 5.
Okay, well that settles it. This is the last time AJ's allowed on the show.
I knew you guys should have.
I just come and fuck shit up, bro.
That was an interesting show. So what do we got, D-Lake? We got any interesting news left over?
Sure, yeah, I had one more link that I definitely wanted to get to today, and since we have everybody on the show, let me go to it. It'll take me a second, Kyle. Fill in for a minute.
Yeah, when we go to this, and everybody, let's try not to talk over each other. We have like fucking 5 people on the show. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's my bad, dude.
That might be a record. That might be a record of the most people that we've ever had on the show. D-Lake, can you think of a time that we've had more than 5 people? No, I guess we have.
I think we've had 6 before.
I think we've had 6 because normally it's me, you, Sam, Court, and then we've had, you know, at least one guest. So yeah, we've had times where it's been 6.
Yeah, Matt.
Probably one of these guys.
Yeah, one of these guys was bound to be in one of those 6-person episodes. No, yeah, it was all of us, Beau and AJ. That's 6.
Yeah, and Matt. There was
Matt Winklejohn.
Yeah.
That's 7. Damn, right?
All right, shout out to Matt. Damn, I'm trying to find this.
Come on, now you're ruining the show, D-Lake.
I know. Forgive me.
Somebody talk over him.
I just go to so many. The problem is I go to so many links. Okay, it's not Peyronie's disease on Men's Health because.
How do you get Peyronie's disease? If you get that disease from eating pepperonis, I'm fucked.
You're born with it, dude.
Oh, that's good. Because I eat a lot of pepperoni. Just throwing that out there. Throwing that into the ether. But, alright, so...
Your mom eats pepperoni. That's how you get it.
Oh, I see. Your mom has to eat a lot of pepperoni.
Then you're born with it.
There's a car alarm going off in my neighborhood.
He, like, lives in the ghetto. Do you live in Kentucky? Is it a Michigan license plate? Alright, D-Like, did you find...
You talking about me? What's going on right now, bro?
I think D-Like is in the middle of a gang warfare zone. I think that
Yeah.
I think that there's illegals fighting off the sheriff's department. And
Am I allowed to talk right now?
Yes, you can talk.
All right, I got to go back to the origin link because I couldn't find it in my history because I just have so much porn in there that it's hard to find anything. Killer robots to be debated at the United Nations, guys. Killer robots, autonomous robot killers to be debated at the United Nations. Let's go to the link.
While you're going to the link, we had a ton of people commenting in during Who Done Said It. During the game, I can't actually see the people commenting in, so thank you everybody for commenting. Looks like Tormaline Stone was playing at home, said he likes the show. Thank you. Said 9, which I think is German for no. And then D-Lake's girlfriend, Viola Minium, was talking about the Illuminati.
And my beard.
And his beard, probably. So thanks everybody for watching, and those episodes...
Hey, Viola, I mean, I live in San Diego. I don't know where you're at, but killer robots to be debated by United Nations, Viola. Killer robots will be debated during an informal meeting of experts at the United Nations in Geneva. 2 robotic experts, Professor Ronald Aiken and Professor Noel Sharkey, will debate the efficacy of necessity of killer robots. Killer robots! Guys, the autonomous kill function. A killer robot is a fully autonomous weapon that can select and engage targets without human intervention. They do not currently exist, but advances in technology are bringing them closer to reality. Those in favor of killer robots, like Google, believe the current laws of war may be sufficient to address any problems that might emerge in a new world order if they are ever deployed, arguing that a moratorium, not an outright ban, so in other words, just let us do this, no big deal, don't worry about it, should be called if this is not the case. Look, they want to take all your weapons. Basically what the United Nations is going to say is, killer robots should only be allowed by the United Nations and nobody else!
Yeah, so if you're not part of the UN, you don't get killer robots. You have to send flesh and bone up against these fucking things.
Yeah, guys, if you guys could carry on and tell me what you think about killer robots being debated at the United Nations, the link will be in the description of this video. Go ahead, guys.
I don't know. I mean, it's better than, I guess, like, from one point of view, it's better than sending real people out there to die, but, like, there's so much higher destruction that'll come from it, and we'll probably end up destroying the entire planet with nuclear warfare that much faster. But maybe we could use these fuckers to go fight in, like, Chernobyl or somewhere that's already fucked, since they're not really affected by the radiation. What do you guys think?
I'd send them into Fukushima to fix the damn mess over there is what I would do. But as far as robots go, they somewhat already have autonomous robots, drones, for example. I'm pretty sure the technology is already there for all of this.
That's a good point that you make, that it's like, why are we talking about, like, robot warfare? Shouldn't we be talking about, like, robot cleanup crews? Like, that's a really, really good point. Like,
Wait,
there's so much better way.
I'm sorry, the first article that was on here was talking about cleaning up space. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Why not use them to clean up space? Send space cleaning robots out, and Chernobyl cleaning robots, and Fukushima cleaning robots. Why does it immediately have to be like, we're starting to get some really good robot technology, let's make Terminators? Why does it always
kill people?
Yeah, let's figure out a way to kill people really, really fast. That seems ridiculous. I like how in the article, D-Lake still has it pulled up on his screen. That's the most serious-looking robot ever. I think
you need to draw a penis on it, bro.
I would draw a penis on that thing. But, like, I like the idea of, like, robots and stuff. I don't think it's a bad idea to be pursuing that technology carefully, granted. But, like, it seems like all the best technology, they immediately go, how does this work towards killing people? Like, why can't we have, I mean, I like the Roomba. You know, the Roomba that vacuums your house. That's a cool robot.
Or, same kind of robots that could, take well water to people in Africa.
Yeah. Or sex robots.
You would think, as evolved as a species as we're supposed to be, that we would try to get beyond warfare. All they do is try to come up with new ways to kill people. It really makes me sick, man.
I have to agree with you. Like, it seems like we but I mean, a part of me wants to say maybe we'll never be past it. Maybe that's just a part of human nature, because it seems like it ain't going away anytime soon. D-Like, what are you thinking?
Well, I just wanted to ask you guys real quick if you think drones are a good way to kill people. In this article, drones, the discussion of drones is not on the agenda at the United Nations, as they are yet to operate completely autonomously, although there are signs this may change in the near future. Like the X-Men movies, like in the not-too-distant future. The UK successfully tested the Tyrannus. Oh, the Tyrannus? What a great fucking name for your drone. An unmanned intercontinental aircraft in Australia this year, and America's Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, also known as DARPA, has made advances with the Crusher, another great name, an unmanned ground combat vehicle with the insignia that's totally a death's head skull since 2006. And we're just now hearing about it in 2014, but no big deal. The MOD has claimed in the past that it currently has no intention of developing systems that operate without human intervention, even though they're currently doing it. On November 21st, 2012, the United States Defense Department issued a directive that, quote, requires a human being to be, quote, in the loop when discussions are made about using lethal force. Oh, in the loop. Oh, you mean drone pilot operators that are having more PTSD than regular combatants, just video game watching someone get shot to their death? Oh, but no problem. According to Human Rights Watch, oh, let's pop up a Java update for D-Lake.
You need to update your Java, D-Lake.
Yeah, I know. The meeting of experts will be chaired by French Ambassador Jean-Hugues Simon-Marchal from 13th to 16th of May 2014.
a weird accent.
The biggest flaw of Google Glass. Oh, should we click into this?
Sure, and then we'll use that to segue into entertainment. We got about 15 minutes left in the show.
Why gadgets face its biggest test. I already told you guys Google Glass is going to be moving more towards home usage and porno. Kyle, what do you guys have in entertainment today?
Well, what did I want to talk about? The only thing I really want to talk about is I read a really good book recently. Well, I audiobooked it, I'm not gonna lie. And I was just looking through Audible for like dystopian future novels. And have you guys ever heard of this book? It was called The Handmaid's Tale, and it's kind of a girly book. It was about a dystopian future, and I read it, and it was listened to it, and it was really good. And it was narrated by Claire Danes, which I thought was interesting. And then I heard somebody on a different podcast talking about it, and they made a movie about it in like 1994. And so I went and I watched the movie too, and that was really.
What's the movie called?
A Handmaid's Tale.
Huh? I don't think I've seen that.
It was really good. So it's on YouTube for free. So everybody should go. I put it on my wall at one point. Everybody should go watch it. Don, have you watched anything good? Any new movies, podcasts, books, music?
Not really. The last month I've really been dealing with family issues.
That's always
so
fun.
not.
Hey, wait a second. Don, didn't you put out a report the other week? We got a report from you that you were putting out you were starting to name names at who was at the top of the pyramid. I missed the chat, but how did it go?
They actually, when I went to do that, they took down about half the videos on my channel and took my ability to live stream away.
Really? What did you do?
Oh, someone didn't like that? Is that what you're trying to say?
Someone really high didn't like that.
It's actually been a struggle just to keep my channel going. I'm always in dispute with YouTube.
Because you put out a lot of vital news and information. AJ, are you familiar with Don's channel, Save America's Liberty, on YouTube?
No, actually, I tend to just stick to my Facebook and watch movies. And listen
All right,
to
well,
music.
you should look into that if you have a chance. Don, continue, please. What else happened?
Well, that's pretty much what happened. Well, like I said, they took down 36 of my videos, and to make it to where this all happened in one day. And I was going to live stream an event, which I'm going to post out the names no matter what. They're not going to stop me from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm doing is putting an indictment together, pretty much, of the top 100 communist Zionists in the world is what I'm trying to do.
Okay, Don. Well, I mean, if YouTube's not giving you the opportunity, we would love to give you that same chance at the Media Speaks. If you want to put together an article or a video, we'll definitely try to air it on our website. Kyle is jumped out there for a second, I noticed. Kyle, Don's having problems at YouTube, and I was just expressing that if there's any way we could get his news and information out through our channel, that might be a good thing.
Yeah, we can try and help you. First, we should try and figure out what it was that got you banned, because as much as I love to help, we don't want to get all of our stuff banned too.
Hey, Don, we would love to take on your problem.
You want to stay away from this subject because people aren't ready for it yet.
Well, I mean, not that I don't want to help you get it out, but we could help you get it out in other ways that won't get our YouTube channel banned.
Right.
Yeah, we might have to do a little filtering, Don. I mean, it sounds like you have really vital information that might be touchy. Touchy might be a good word, Kyle.
Yes.
Some of my videos, you have to, I'm sure you've seen it, where you have to click on it and say watch it anyway or whatever it is. That this has been marked as improper or whatever.
What I'm thinking is maybe we could help Don by giving him a guest writer login so that he can go on to themediaspeaks.com and write articles and stuff. Because if
that's what I was saying. If it was in article form, would probably be best, but maybe a video if there's some way we could.
We're with Bluehost as our server, and they're very, very good about protecting their clients and not taking down information, and that is easier for us to back up because it doesn't take gigabytes and gigabytes.
Right, but AJ, a lot of the stuff that you post is on Facebook, and you post a lot of radical stuff, but you have to follow within their guidelines. And how's that been going for you, AJ? Have you received any notifications from Facebook about your posts?
Yeah, actually, that's what I was gonna start talking on. That which is why the reason I haven't been getting into YouTube and things like that. For instance, my Google Plus account, like I wasn't allowed to join live channels with you guys because my name was Spoken Do Good. So instead of, I don't know, like.
Oh yeah, we need you to log in as your real name. They're like Spoken Do Good. That's not your fucking name. What's your real name?
Yeah.
Enter your thumbprint and your biometrics here, right, Don?
I got a Google Plus account banned because my name was Barack Obama.
All right. Well, we have limited time left with Kyle and limited time left on this show. AJ, what else have you seen in entertainment? I mean, even if it's the memes that you post on Facebook, like what's really been getting you going in entertainment lately, AJ?
The media speaks, and
oh, thank you.
the Eagle.
The what?
The Eagle. I can't remember. I think it was made in like 2004. I think.
A movie?
Yeah. It was
Eagle.
Yeah, the Eagle. With Tatum and Jamie Bell. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I've seen that. I'll have to check it out. Hey, guys, I finally watched Elysium, where Matt Damon has to get to the Elysium space station to cure, like himself, but he ultimately sacrifices himself, spoiler alert, to save, the kid and all the civilization on Earth. Actually, like, I sort of separated myself from all the hype and the media. I was telling Kyle before the show. Before I actually watched it, I was thinking about starting a new channel called I Finally Watched It, like after all the hype dies down. Yeah, but I thought it was pretty good. Don, have you seen Elysium?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's okay, but
interesting and kind of weird conceptually though, right?
It really shows how the world really works in a different way.
A dichotomy of classes, like the rich elite class will live on the space station while the rest of us just suffer and die.
That's where we're heading right now.
Yeah, that's the sense I got from the film too. But I really liked it as a film, and I thought all the performances were pretty solid.
It's a good movie. It's a definite watch.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting how more and more movies like that are coming out, like Elysium and The Hunger Games, and you saw kind of a spike in movies like that in like the late 80s, and maybe it's just a cultural trend, but I think it's good because it gives people something to look at and compare.
Yeah, RoboCop, Running Man, those sort of dystopic, but like try to present it in a more modern way of like where we're headed in America kind of way, Kyle. Is that what you think the Renaissance is?
Yeah, and AJ's right, Captain America, the Lego movie is another one. Like, there's more and more movies coming out where they have these ideas, but my question is that good or bad? Because one, it can wake people up and give them a basis of comparison to real society and what's really going on. And at the other end of it, it can kind of lull people into thinking that that's normality and that that's what they're expected to live with.
Well, here you go, Kyle. Here's a great way to wrap the whole show into one nice, tidy package. The John McCain clip that we played at the beginning of the show, where he says that we should just accept that this is our future and everyone's going to be recorded, and Donald Sterling will lose the team. There we go again, because of just being clandestinely recorded, and we should all just get used to this Big Brother operation. And just like Captain America told Nick Fury, don't hold your breath.
That's a good way to end it. So let's wrap up. AJ, do you have anywhere that you want people to look you up or try and find you at?
Yeah, you just find me at AJ Illuminerdy Twinem on Facebook. I'm actually working on a wind turbine right now.
That's fanciness. So people should check that out. And
wind turbine, yeah, good.
Don, where can people find you? You got your YouTube channel, Save America's Liberty. Do you have a Twitter, Facebook, anything like that you want people?
I'm on YouTube and G+.
The good old G+, and that's Save America's Liberty. Google it! Google it now! D-Lake, where can people find you at?
Hey, I'm D-Lake for PREZ, David Lake, reporting for themediaspeaks.com. You can check out all my work on themediaspeaks.com. I also post on Facebook. I'll just go post up on Beau's page or AJ's page or Don's page if he had one. Or send him the message on YouTube like I did today, and I have him on. And thanks again, guys, for coming on the show. Epic Who Done Said It today, right?
It really
Give it
was.
up for the Who Done Said It game today. Woo! What I'm talking about. And thanks to Kyle for putting that together, and thanks to Kyle for having me on the show, and themediaspeaks.com. Thanks.
Yeah, so we're normally joined by Sam DeGangi and Anthony Court.
And we remembered Sam's science friends today.
But Court, he's been out, he's trying to pick up girls in a van with no windows and offer them t-shirts and cash. Sam's offering those same girls on the side of the street a good steady flow of employment and a hard day's work with a good pay. So they'll be back. Don't worry about it. You can find Sam at Correct Views on YouTube. You can find Anthony Court's older stuff on Constant Injustice. But if you want to find all of our stuff, we all just started posting. Mine is The Media Is Here, but we just started posting to the same channel about, a year ago, which is The Media Speaks .com. That's where you can find all of our stuff on YouTube, or you can go on themediaspeaks.com. You can like us on Facebook. We post everything there, The Media Speaks. Go on Twitter, at The Media Speaks. You'll get all the same stuff. It all automatically posts, so you get all of our... and if you can't watch the show, we understand these shows are like an hour and a half. You can't sit in front of your computer and I'm just going to watch this entire thing. If you do, great, thank you. But if you can't do that, you can get our show in MP3 format on iTunes, on Stitcher, or on Podkicker, on all of your favorite Android and Apple smartphones. So do all that stuff. Like us all on Facebook. And have a wonderful week. We will see you next Saturday. I'm Kyle Phillips, out for David Lake, Don from Save America's Liberty, and AJ Twynham. That's The Media Speak.